Hello there and welcome. I am Pegaskiller, and what you're looking at right now is my new house, or, well, a latrine for now. That feline that was escaping there, that apparently will be my new cat, because I believe that one used to live here, and you can see that the building is in a beautiful, beautiful condition. There's some free wood at the back. That wall you see here, that's supposed to be the side of the house. There's a bit of a house that's just not there, so I'll be adding that later. And yeah, by the way, that property I'm currently walking on is still part of my property. I bought everything around that house, so this is still my property. It's not pretty, but I own it. And we're looking at the backside of the house currently, and I'm trying to shadow the sun, but it's not working so well. Yeah, so I'm trying to lift the camera to show you the fact that part of the roof is collapsed there. Yeah, and we're now walking back. You see, I thought that I'll just make a shortcut here and then I'll just return around my new free wood. But then I've decided that instead I'm going to show you the rest of the building on the other side. And there will be a few little jump cuts on the way because I didn't want you to know my license plate or the house number. You know, I'm not feeling like I should make it too easy for you people. Yeah, so that is it from behind again, and we're walking out to the road. That is the front side of the house. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, that cable coming from that pillar, that's coming to my house. So yes, there indeed is even electricity and a jump cut, and that's also my property. And another jump cut, and that's the front of the house again. And my new cat, which I will probably have to feed tomorrow because, yeah, apparently she lives here. She very much looked like she would like to go inside the house, and not in the way of a curious cat, more like, hey, I live here, let me in. So, yeah, that's not the right key. That is the right key. Let's go inside. That is my porch, or, well, my covered porch. Yeah, that door doesn't really close at all. There. That's how you close it when you're inside. And look at that belt. There's barely any mold on it. Lovely. Yes, and there's a gas stove. I'm not sure if that will stay here. People who lived here, yes, there was a person living here, wanted... Oh! And the light works. Yeah, and they want some items from here, so I'm not sure what will stay. That's my meter, and that is the one fuse on top of it that actually powers the whole house. Now, that is... I couldn't quite figure out what that room is. It's something between a living room and a kitchen. There is my beautiful stove, and I have plenty of coal for that. You'll see that later. Yeah, that's... by the way, the paint is beautiful, and the electricity works here too. Look at that. I have some light. Lovely. And that is the back room. It appears that the person was cooking also here who lived here. And yes, I'm not fucking with you. There really was a person living here. And yeah, I can barely believe that that bed that's currently at the bottom of the frame was actually used recently. We're getting out of that room. And yeah, I look at my glove because yeah, I feel filthy touching things. Yeah, that switch will not work. Yeah, then I have noticed there appears to be something sticking out of the lamp here. Yeah. That's a wire. I wonder what that's good for. Anyway, that box here, that white box we just walked by, that appears to be a washing machine. very old one, and we're going into my bathroom. Look at that. That is, yeah, that beam in front of us, that's part of the ceiling. That's not supposed to be there. Yeah, that's ceiling's not so great. That will have to go. Yeah, and look at those tiles. I don't have tiles, but yeah, who needs tiles when you have this beautiful masonry? And on the left there you see my boiler. Lovely. Yeah, there's also some more wood here on the left, I believe. I'm not sure if that's wood or metal right now. I think it's wood. Yeah, and that boiler again. Isn't that great? Doesn't that look just lovely? Yeah. So there used to be a sink there. In fact, it probably lies on the ground. That's probably the sink that's supposed to be here. Yeah, and we're going to be now moving on to other portions of the house. And yeah, I'm trying to get in the basement, but I noticed something.
Čau. Jsi moje nová kočka? Kam jdeš?
That is some other cat that lives here. I don't know who that is, but I haven't invited her. And I believe that that one is not supposed to be in the house. Yeah, there we go. Light works. So we're going down into my basement. That's my basement. I have a basement. Look at that. Yeah, that wall is about to give. Not sure how much more wall is behind that wall. Anyway, we're walking past that and down into the basement. There's many spiders up there, so I'm trying to sort of wave my hand a bit to get the webs out of the way. Yeah, and don't mind the white blobs on the ground. That's just shit. Okay, so don't step in that. What's that sound? Don't you fuck with me. What was that sound? It sounded like a freaking underground river opening in my basement. Yeah, that's a water pipe. That's supposed to be connected, but isn't. There's no meter. That's where the person living here probably was getting water. So yeah, they had water with a mild taste of shit. And that's a basement light. I do not know how to turn it on. Yeah, and there's the pipes that were originally leading into the piping inside the house, which currently do nothing. And the ceiling beams actually look kind of good. They look okay, and yeah, let's try to avoid some more turds. That last step is really, yeah, whoever designed that must have been an uncanny genius of incredible proportions. Let's close that. And let's have a look into this room. That's where the collapsed roof is. So I'm really wondering what's inside. Yeah, I'll try to fight that. And oh, that actually looks surprisingly good. That's very good. That's very good. There's a ceiling there. And because there is a ceiling, we could be reasonably sure that I could actually walk on top of that, because that looks like concrete. And those are steel beams, by the way. So that should be alright. Not terrified of that. Yeah, let's close that again with that wooden spoon. Now it doesn't want to close. It's kind of funny. First it doesn't want to open, then it doesn't want to close. And yeah, the air is thick with horrific smell. And I'm pretty sure I have just found where that smell comes from. That, my friends, is a dry toilet. And it's meant to be dry. That's how it was constructed. even the 2 steps are kind of standard up to the toilet, you know, up to your throne. You walk up to it and then you do your thing, and yeah, that doesn't work either. That's not gonna give us any light here. Yeah, so that was our beautiful toilet, and the air, you can taste it. That's why I call the place Latrine, because it smells like French public toilets. If you have been on French public toilets, you know, those roadside ones. Yeah, that's my staircase. And oh, look, a hook. In case you want to skin someone, you have a hook. And we're going upstairs. Yeah, so the whole place smells like French public toilets on a roadside. And we're going upstairs. This is my top floor. And yeah, a swift look around, and I have noticed a hole, which I didn't notice before in the previous inspection. And yeah, that more or less doesn't exist, but that's fine, because I'll be taking all of that down anyway. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. And the beam, by the way, is gone too for the most part, but that's actually lying on the wall, so I'm not terrified of that. And while I have my light on, let's have a look upstairs. My battery is about to die, so that's basically why I have eventually decided to buy the building, because when I have looked up the beams, you can see how the planks and the beams, how they're shiny. That more or less means that they're at least partially alright, and there hasn't been that much water going in. There has been some water going in, definitely, but there wasn't like copious amounts of water rushing through the building. Yeah, that's new. And I don't remember that lid being closed. Yeah, the bricks are new. I don't remember the bricks being here. I remember just empty space and, you know, kind of soggy planks because that lid was open and it was just pouring through. Yeah, that's the rest of my attic. Here, yeah. I'm contemplating if that lid was there or if it wasn't there, because it looks like it was there. Like there's wasp nests on there, and they're dead. So I'm really fighting my memory here at this point. Yeah, and there's a beautiful sled. Will you like it? Could be yours, free, and some skis. Those will probably not be usable. I have no idea why somebody put that plate here, but it's great for banging your head on it. Luckily, I did bend my head down enough. And yeah, now we're going into what I would like to turn into a future bathroom. And now it's, yeah, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a look on where we actually are. And yeah, this is... I would like to turn this into a bathroom, like right there where that cabinet is, could be a bathtub. That would be great. That is an ancient switch. I'm an electrician for 17 years, and I've never seen anything like that. And that is our top floor Nicolas. Look at him. And there we have another Saint Nicholas, and he's got slightly disabled devil with him as well. Some mushrooms, way too many Disney characters on a single picture, and a cat, and Marlboro sign, beer sign. Now I'm going to be interested in this. This is what is that? It looks like a mug, but no, it's just a fake barrel. It's a fake barrel. It's literally just a dust catcher. What a disappointment. No idea who that is. And there's some junk in there. Just junk. Nothing else. In case you wonder why my voice isn't much, I still feel the smell of the building inside my throat. So It's gonna be lovely. Yeah, I'm trying to clean the camera because it's hazy. Look at that. What a nice roof window. You know what that reminds me of? You remember those Civil War cast iron coffins with that little window on top? That's what this reminds me of. Yeah. That there, you can close the door from the inside, apparently. And by the way, that handle, that was from a car. Yeah, lovely room. Lovely paint job there. That's my electrics here, and you will find in a moment that shockingly, they still work. My guess is that those electrics are probably from like 20s, tops early, I mean tops late 40s. Okay, 20s to 40s, something like that. And the mirror, somehow I managed to not record my face there. And there is a crack. And that is the whole front have moved. But I'm relatively calm about this because that crack is very dirty, which means that it's probably there for a very long time. And most likely isn't moving. Which would adhere to my guess about what was happening with that building, because it looks like the front part of the building have settled a bit. And there we're going to take a look at the most problematic part of the building, this corner, which, as you can see, has a lot of water damage. That's because the water was pouring into this part quite savagely. But not as savagely as to make me really scared about the whole building. So we will be fixing the roof over there. And those beams, you can't really see that from here, but there's like bricks that are stood up on their side, and the roof beams are actually holding on to that for their dear life. So I'll be probably adjusting the anchorage as well. Yeah, that does not work. I probably shouldn't be switching those switches this enthusiastically. Yeah, that window, by the way, doesn't open. That's just glass bricks, what you've seen there. And we're going back down, and my camera is about to cut out abruptly because I'm seriously running out of battery. So that would be all from me, and have a nice day. Some more attempts there, trying to read it. Yep, now.